What if Charles Evans Hughes had defeated Woodrow Wilson in the razor-thin presidential election of 1916? Would America have entered World War I earlier, or not at all? Would the League of Nations even exist? And could Hughes have set a precedent for a more just America long before civil rights ever became mainstream? This is not just an alternate history. This is a deep dive into the presidency we almost had and how it could have changed everything, from global diplomacy to civil rights in the US. Like and subscribe for more. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for more history documentaries. Please watch the video till the end, as good interaction would help the performance of the video and the growth of my channel massively. A close call. Why Hughes could have won. In our timeline, Hughes lost to Wilson by just less than 4,000 votes in California, a state that effectively decided the entire election. In this alternate history, we imagine a scenario where the Republican Party machine more effectively mobilized voters in the West, or where Hughes avoided his infamous mistake of not acknowledging Governor Hiram Johnson during a campaign visit, losing crucial California support. In this version of reality, Charles Evans Hughes, former Supreme Court Justice, progressive Republican, and New Yorker, defeats Wilson, ending Democratic dominance and setting America on a different path before entering the Great War. The nation reacts. A divided America watches. Northern industrialists welcomed Hughes with open arms, trusting in his commitment to business-friendly but reform-minded policies. Bible Belt conservatives, wary of Wilson's internationalism and moralistic preaching, embraced Hughes' more traditional judicial tone. But progressive reformers and Southern Democrats, who had aligned with Wilson's domestic agenda, were deeply disappointed. Wilson, now out of office, would likely retreat to academia or legal writing, perhaps even publishing critiques of Hughes' foreign policy. Though bitter, he would remain an influential voice in democratic politics and internationalist thought. President Hughes, cabinet and domestic agenda. Hughes, a progressive Republican, likely appoints a cabinet balancing pro-business moderates with early progressives. Figures like Elihu Root or Henry Cabot Lodge could play prominent roles, and Herbert Hoover, already respected for his humanitarian work, might still be tapped for a major post. Domestically, Hughes would continue the progressive-era reforms, with a stronger focus on judicial impartiality, civil service reform, and trust-busting, though he would likely be less regulatory than Wilson, preferring law and court enforcement to executive overreach. Hughes in World War I. Earlier entry, different end? Hughes was a firm internationalist and had expressed less patience with German U-boat attacks. It's likely the US would have entered World War I in early 1917, if not sooner. He may have endorsed the Selective Service Act, like Wilson did, and organized a massive mobilization. However, his approach to war aims might have been more realist than idealist. No 14-point speech, but possibly an earlier call for an armistice. At the Paris Peace Conference, Hughes would likely send seasoned diplomats and accept a version of the Treaty of Versailles, but with more Senate cooperation. He might have secured U.S. entry into the League of Nations, thanks to stronger ties with congressional Republicans. The Red Scare and Red Summer. A more just America? Hughes had a stronger record on civil liberties than Wilson. While he would not have tolerated Bolshevik threats, it's possible his administration would have handled the Red Scare with more restraint, avoiding the Palmer raids or limiting their scope. During the Red Summer of 1919, with racial violence erupting across the country, Hughes, unlike the openly racist Wilson, might have condemned the attacks on black communities, though he still would have faced immense political pressure. A Hughes presidency might have acknowledged racial injustice earlier, possibly even supporting early federal anti-lynching laws. Women's suffrage. The 19th Amendment lives on. Though not a suffragist by identity, Hughes was sympathetic to women's rights, especially under pressure from progressive allies. It's highly probable that, like Wilson, he would support the 19th Amendment, pushing it through in 1919. He might even do so more enthusiastically and sooner, seeing it as a necessary continuation of progressive-era reforms. Election of 1920, facing a new Democratic rival. In 1920, Hughes would likely face James M. Cox or William G. McAdoo as the Democratic nominee. With the economy stabilizing after war, women voting for the first time, and a return to domestic reform, Hughes could plausibly win re-election. His vice president might have been someone like Charles Fairbanks or even Calvin Coolidge, who could carry forward his legacy post-1924. A second term. The legacy of a two-term Hughes. A second Hughes term may have seen early steps toward international cooperation, perhaps even better post-war reconstruction aid for Europe. Domestically, the U.S. may have averted some of the economic chaos that plagued Wilson's final years. Civil rights might not have advanced radically, but the tone of federal government would be less discriminatory, especially regarding appointments and federal hiring. And with Hughes' reputation for moderation and fairness, he might be remembered as a stabilizing figure in a chaotic decade. Long-term impact and historical legacy. If Hughes had served 2 terms, the U.S. may have joined the League of Nations. The interwar period might have featured stronger global diplomacy and less isolationism. America's civil rights landscape might have evolved sooner, at least symbolically. Wilson would be remembered as a one-term idealist, while Hughes becomes the last great progressive president. In this world, Hughes might be ranked alongside Theodore Roosevelt and Dwight Eisenhower, a president of balance, justice, and restrained strength. Conclusion: the presidency that almost was. Charles Evans Hughes is one of the greatest what-ifs in U.S. political history. His presidency could have reshaped America's response to global conflict, accelerated justice at home, and given us a very different 20th century. What do you think? Write your opinion and version of the story in the comments below. Please be polite and kind. If you want to know what would have happened if Ralph Nader became president, click on the video on the left. Thanks for watching.